Hey guys, I'm back with another video. This video is a little bit different. Like I said, I know I've been all over the place, but this should be a pretty interesting one and fun video. I was challenged by Kenny over at In the Pocket. That's his YouTube channel. I'll link it down below. But anyway, I was challenged by him to do the 5 knives for under $1,000 challenge. And he challenged me. I was one of several people he challenged. Now, what the challenge is to pick 5 knives that are less than $1,000 but over $900, all retail prices. So I've got some knives laid out here, and I'm sure this is probably kind of sort of what you thought it was going to look like. And yeah, these are not the knives that I picked. So let me move these to the side and let me go ahead and start talking about what I did pick. And I'm not gonna try to make it dramatic or anything like that. Man, look at this camp knife. Isn't this a cool knife? Whew. Man, GEC really used to put out some cool stuff. Anyway, all right. So I'm not gonna make it dramatic. I'm gonna jump right to probably the first knife you guys guessed I was gonna pick if you have listened to any of my videos or if you follow my Instagram page. That's gonna be my Z-Ware SNG. This knife has been with me 8 years, 9 years. It's been with me a long time. This knife has done everything. I have remodeled the kitchen. I've installed water heaters. I carry it every time I go outside and do any kind of work. Anytime I'm inside the house and do any kind of work, I carry it with me. I carry this knife constantly whenever I think I'm going to be doing some type of work, whether that be yard work, housework, anything. I have this knife on me. So this is going to be my first pick, my Z-Ware SNG. Next is going to be a knife that I could carry to work, I could use comfortably, and it would kind of give me multiple functions. So basically a good all-around knife that I could carry in an office setting that would serve multiple functions. And that and also just remind me why I like these knives so much. This is the GEC Gremlin Whittler. This is the 38 pattern. It is a split back whittler. If you're not familiar with traditional knives, you can see down here there are 2 springs. There's a little spacer in the middle, and that spacer narrows as you go down to this end, and those 2 springs merge into one. So what you have is a main blade, in this case a clip point blade that rides on that large spring, or the 2 springs that make the large spring, and then you've got 2 secondary blades down here. So that allows for multiple function. That allows for 3 sharp blades in a 1 knife package, so that way I don't have to worry about dulling a blade or possibly a job that's a little bit dirty and I really don't want to do certain jobs. I can just use a different blade, do whatever I need to do, fold it up and put it away. So that would be $420 for this knife. I didn't mention that. And I think, nope, not think, I know retail, believe it or not, retail on these knives when they were new were $107. So 420 and 107, that brings me to $527. So still well below what I need to be at, but I am only I'm halfway with just 2 knives. So let's get to the next knife. This is a knife that I've had for a while as well. It's something that I would carry when I want to mix things up some, just kind of get out of the humdrum, mundane, you know, Chris Reeve, Strider, GEC, Benchmade, Spyderco, blah, 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 blah. The same knives you see all the time, over and over and over and over and over again. It is a small fixed blade knife. This is the Bark River Little Creek. This one specifically is the Little Creek LT in A2 steel. And I traded for this, so I did not factor this in, but it even has a cool little horizontal scout carry belt sheath that my buddy Wolfman Zach made. And I didn't pay for this, we traded. So I did not factor that cost in, but this knife is $127. So let me get my calculator out. So 420, 107, and 127. That brings me to $654. Next, I wanted sometimes I don't want to carry a modern knife. but I want something traditional, but I want something that's going to be a little bit more stout, something that's going to be just a good overall general user knife, but it's not a modern knife. So I picked the Smith & Sons Mudbug, which is a modified 21 pattern from GEC. It's made by GEC, and this knife, it's plenty of knife for anything you would need to do. It locks, it's large, it's got a good blade. If I wanted to get in and break down some things, if I wanted to cut some things up, does a great job. Easy to sharpen with that 1095 steel. This is just a good general use knife if I wanted a knife that wasn't a modern knife but could handle anything I threw at it. So that knife is, let's see. The Mudbug is $130. So $130, that brings us up, I messed up. So $420 plus $107 plus $127 plus $130. That gives us $784. So 4 knives, pretty well balanced. Like I said, just this knife is just gonna be on me. I don't care. It's just I'm unapologetic about this knife. This knife can, will, and has done anything I need it to do. So this is gonna be the knife I'm gonna have on me whenever, wherever, regardless, if I had to pick just one knife. This knife here is good all around for the office. Decent main blade, 2 secondary blades. It's very well made with that split back design. It reminds me of why I like traditional knives, why I got into traditional knives. It's got these nice jig bone covers, just a nice office knife. This knife here kind of allows me to change things up when I don't want to carry just a Strider or a GEC or whatever, and it allows me to have something a little bit different, not only in brand, not only in steel, but also it's a small fixed blade knife. So again, this is a small but capable knife, and then this is a knife that kind of is in between. It's a traditional knife technically, but it locks, and it's pretty large, so it can do anything that any of my modern knives would do, but it's in a traditional knife package that just kind of, again, falls in between, gives me some variety and something different to use. Now, this last one, this one is probably going to be the surprise. And I am going to throw the disclaimer out, and I've said this before. I would not pay $200 for this knife. I wouldn't. I'm just going to be honest with you. I got it for a lot cheaper. But at retail, it does fit on my list. So I'm going to put it on there because as much as I don't want to like this for it being a $200 knife, it's a good knife, guys. I really can't complain. I need to get my video out on this knife as well. You guys hold me to that. So it is the Benchmade Super Freek. This is M4 steel. So again, we're talking a modern knife with some tool steel, but this one, it's a little bit thinner blade stock. It's a little bit thinner behind the edge. It's got a higher grind. It's got that M4 tool steel versus the Z-Wear. You know, even at $200, it's. I hate to say this because it's going to give the wrong impression, but this is a use it like you stole it kind of knife. You know, it really doesn't matter. Use it, give it to somebody to use with that M4 steel. It's going to have that structural integrity to hold up at the edge. Just use it. Don't even think about it. At the end of the day, strap it up. You're good to go. This is just a good all around beater. Use it like you stole it. Don't care. Let somebody hold it. General use knife. Now it is a little bit larger, and I know that will be a detractor for some people because they don't like or don't care or can't carry a larger knife depending on where they're going to go. But if, again, just a general setting, general scenario, day to day, this would be my 5th knife. And I said 200, but I'm talking all in, you know, tax, shipping, etc., etc., etc. Retail price on this knife is $191. So that brings my grand total to $976. So I am $24 under the cap. And I think I've got a good range of knives here, something for pretty much any scenario, something if I want to go a little bit dressier, something if I want to, you know, have some type of beater, something if I just want an all-out beater, something if I want something, you know, with a little bit more cutting refinement, I guess I'll put it that way. And then I've got something in between that modern and that traditional, but still it has a lot of the attributes of a modern knife. Then there's the small fixed blade, which is a good blend of all of them. It's a little bit traditional. It's a little bit classier. It's stronger because it's a fixed blade. It's got A2 steel, which is a tool steel. So it's going to give me all the characteristics of a tool steel that I like. And it's small, so it's not going to really scare anybody. I believe this is under a 3-inch blade, so it's going to, you know, be legal in most places if that's a concern for you. It's just good all-around knife. So I think I made a pretty decent selection. You guys let me know what you think. I guess I need to challenge 3 people, but I tell you what, I'm not going to challenge 3 specific people. If you see this video and you want to respond, please, by all means, I'm going to leave it open. Respond, show me what you got. 5 knives, under $1,000, but over $900. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to catch you in the next video. Have a great Saturday night. Remember, a lazy man carries a dull knife.